Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the infamous topic that a lot of the community is talking about, and this is why Mob of the Dead did not make it to Zombies Chronicles, because you feel like that with Mob of the Dead, and this being a Jason Blundell map, that it would be a given for it to be included within the Zombies Chronicles map packs, and, you know, it's already came out, we have all of our maps, and this map is not included within that DLC. And I figured today we discuss exactly why that is. Now, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, if you find any of this information interesting at all, make sure to drop a like right now. We're aiming for 200 likes on this video, and I know you guys could absolutely smash that like goal. And also, not to mention, if you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn those notifications so you don't ever miss a video that I upload or ever miss a live stream. As soon as I do go live, you guys can be the first ones to be updated on what's new on the channel. And just wanted to mention this also before the video gets started. Thank you guys very much for almost 30,000 subscribers. We're at 28K at the time of making this video, and we definitely will have some special things coming up on this channel when we do break that big 30,000 mark. So once again, guys, thank you very much for that. I couldn't ask for anything more. So back onto the main topic of today's video, the thing we need to discuss is why Mob of the Dead, of all maps, was not included in Zombies Chronicles, because you'd feel like this map is one of, you know, the fan favorites that should be included within this pack, and for some reason it wasn't, and we need to discuss the main reasons as to why that is. Now, one of the biggest factors that we thought Mob of the Dead was going to be included in this DLC 5 is that the Gaming Revolution made a video claiming that he had news from a source that basically who had already playtested the maps, and then the included maps were going to be Ascension, Origins, Moon, and Mob of the Dead. And he was right with every single three of those maps, obviously besides Mob of the Dead, but he claims that, you know, at the time of him making that video or getting that source, that Treyarch had full intentions of putting Mob of the Dead into DLC 5 Chronicles, but for some reason it got scrapped almost maybe last minute. And this so far has made the community pretty outraged, I would say. I look on Twitter and I look on Reddit, and it's all just people complaining that there's no Mob of the Dead featured within Zombies Chronicles. Even though we have 8 other remastered maps, they still aren't happy unless Mob of the Dead is included, and just begs the question why. Treyarch knows that we absolutely adore this map, so why not just include it? There's a couple theories and also some of my own opinions as to why this is and what's going to happen with the future of this map, and we're going to discuss all of those right here. And just as a little disclaimer, some of this is going to be entirely speculation, but a lot of it is also going to be fact and stuff that we know literally from Blundell himself and from the Treyarch development studio of exactly what's kind of going on behind the scenes and why they didn't put this map into the game. Now, with everything we know from my personal experience to TGR source and everything that we know what's going on with Treyarch before they announced DLC 5 like way a couple months back, we think that Mob of the Dead was originally intended to be included with Zombies Chronicles when they first were drawing up the concepts of what maps they want to put in the game, what they want to look like, that sort of thing, that Mob of the Dead was on that list to be included within this DLC 5. And for maybe a multitude of reasons, as they went on throughout the development cycle, they realized that they need to scrap Mob of the Dead for now. And I say for now because a little bit later on I'm going to discuss what I think the future is with this map, because it's not over yet. You know, Mob of the Dead Remastered or Remade, whatever we were going to call it right now, is not completely over, and I'm going to explain why. But the reason why it was cut out originally, there's a couple different theories on this, and one of them I tend to maybe sort of go along with, and I think there's some weight to it, and this is because they couldn't get all the voice actors to return to record audio codes. They can't just rip them from the old game, and there needs to be new stuff in it, because it's technically, while it is still remaster, there's brand new stuff that they need to do with the map. I heard that there was issues with getting some of the voice actors because they're all celebrities, they live their own lives, and they're busy people, and I guess that does make sense that maybe they weren't able to, you know, spend enough time in the studio to get all these voice, you know, kind of audio quotes recorded. And I think I can go along with that. You know, I can buy that reason, but I truly believe in the bottom of my heart that there's a much bigger explanation to this, and this actually comes to us from the man himself, Jason Blundell. Now, if you guys did not catch his interview with JC Backfire over at Treyarch Studios, I'm going to play you guys a little clip where JC asks about Mob of the Dead and why it wasn't included in Chronicles, because even Jason knows that this is a big question for us, and we want to know the answer. So I'll let you guys know what Jason has to say about this, and we'll come back in just a second.
I think this is for the community's sake more than anything. Just one question that I see brought up a lot, and I didn't ask it at the time.
Sure.
This is going to be maybe kind of a hard question, but what was the decision behind picking those 8 maps? Because a lot of people out there are saying, like, where's Mob of the Dead? You know, like, and I know a lot of people are buried as well. Like, what was the decision in the 8 maps that we have compared to, say, like Mob of the Dead, for example?
So, I mean, I'll take Mob of the Dead separately, but as a general problem, like we said on the stream, I mean, we started with 4, and we went to 8.
Right.
The problem was 8's not enough as well.
Yeah.
You know, and at some point you get, you know, I mean, the fact that I was able to look at it with our team and say we could do 8, we were already excited, and I think someone at the time said, well, we could do 12. You know, and I was like, no, we're getting to the point of silly. Like 8's already crazy. You know. So it was very hard to pick, and I was looking for, knowing that the timeline was coming out and knowing what we were trying to do, I was trying to pick the set which I felt gave the best foundation combination of had narrative purpose and fun gameplay.
Gotcha.
And that's not to discredit any of the other maps that are not included in there.
Because Mob of the Dead isn't I think a lot of people, and I've talked to you about this before, I think just in terms of just how great that map was, I think it's either the best map or one of the best maps y'all ever did. Like you said, I think, especially with Zombies Chronicles and just telling the story as well, I think I kind of noticed this afterwards. I'm like, wait, all the maps you picked were all the old, that was all the old crew.
Yep.
Like when we had the original characters back in the day, how they used to be, now we have all those maps.
And that's the original 1.0 characters running around.
Yeah.
They, HD versions of them, but
It's so cool.
But yeah, Mob, I can't say too much, but what I would say is, I'm sure there's another purpose for that at some point.
So that was really just one example of something that Jason said in those interviews, because a lot of YouTubers went out there and interviewed him, and when they asked about Mob of the Dead, they got a similar response every single time. Basically, Jason was saying that right now it didn't really fit with the theme of Zombies Chronicles, what they were going for, but he says he has something else planned for Mob of the Dead, and it's got another purpose, We haven't seen the last of it pretty much. And this is where I start to get really, really excited, because this gives me hope. In the future, we know that Mob of the Dead has another purpose, right? We're just going to keep that in mind. And with the addition and the fact that we have the zombies timeline, and we know what happens, and we have a more extensive knowledge on Mob of the Dead, we know that Rick Tuffin and Stanley Ferguson, along with the help of the Illuminati, built the secret laboratory under the Alcatraz facility, where they keep Victus's blood vials on ice and stasis chambers. And what that means is pretty much, Blundell also said in an interview that Mob of the Dead, when they were first developing it, was much, much bigger. They literally went out to Alcatraz Island, and they photographed and took notes of everything, literally the entire island, and he said that they developed the whole thing for a game. But they look at it, they're looking at it before it's developed, and they're thinking, okay, this is way too much, we gotta cut it down to where we can actually put it on, the old gen consoles, on the 360, PS3, that sort of thing. We gotta make sure that's also, it works with gameplay. So the map was way, way too big that they couldn't afford to do that, with the current technology and things like that. But what I'm thinking now is that maybe they could have their entire vision of what Mob of the Dead could have been with the whole island intact, and this is where I think they're going to get really creative with what they're doing with this map. The reason they didn't put it in Chronicles is because it's still under development. My theory is that for Black Ops 4 or just Treyarch 2018, I'm not going to give it a name because we don't know what it is at the time, but we should be getting that here pretty soon on a side note. But anyways, so I'm thinking maybe for the pre-order bonus, or maybe as the map on disc, we're going to have an extension of Mob of the Dead, basically a remake of this map, still including everything original, but maybe we'll have even more to play on, and it'll include the laboratory that Victus is in under the facility. It'll include the entire island itself. I might just be speculating here, and this might be a little bit far-fetched, but I feel like Jason, I know he loves Mob of the Dead, and he's got something special planned for it. There's a reason why it was not included in Black Ops 3 if it's DLC 5, and I just feel like they're going to go even harder with it than they otherwise would have. And again, whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's entirely my speculation. I just think it would be really, really cool to see, and you guys can let me know your thoughts about that as well. All I'm saying is right now, bottom line, at the end of the day, we have not seen the last of Mob of the Dead. Just because it wasn't included in Chronicles for Black Ops 3 doesn't mean that Treyarch doesn't have special plans with it. They can do literally whatever they want, and they could bring it into their next title, which I do believe is going to be the case, and I feel like we're going to see this, maybe even a better version, a more extended, and it's going to have, way more features than the older game did. But again, this is entirely my speculation and theory. I want to know what you guys think about this. It's pretty interesting to think about because we've never had like a zombies map remade, but it has extra stuff added onto it. And that's always been one of my biggest dreams, is like even Transit. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I would love to see Transit remade with a bus route be included. And, obviously a lot of just ease of life fixtures to the map, but a bus route be included, an extension map, I think would be absolutely awesome. Same thing with Mob of the Dead. Maybe you get the entire Alcatraz Island along with the laboratory that's under the prison itself. I think that'd be super, super cool to see. I don't know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below, but I think we can go ahead and wrap the video up here. This is just kind of my thesis statements on where Mob of the Dead is going and why it was not included in Zombies Chronicles, just because I feel like they have much, much bigger plans for it, and all we have to do is exercise a little bit of patience, which is something that the zombies community really does struggle with, I must say. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the video for today. Let me know your thoughts about why MotD was included in Zombies Chronicles, and let me know what you think about it coming back. You know, is it going to be remade? Is it going to be a remaster? Just, you know, the original map. What are your guys' opinions? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do me a huge favor and drop a like right now. Like I said, we're going to aim for 200 likes, and if you do happen to be brand new to the channel, if this is your first video ever seeing, be sure to subscribe for more content just like this, daily videos, daily live streams, all that good stuff. You guys know what it is around here. But anyway, guys, other than that, thank you everybody so much for watching once again. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you all on the next video. Peace out.